vibe. It's the weekly D. Come along for the ride. Welcome to the weekly D. We going all in. H-Town legends, yeah, we do it for the win. Talking big facts, got jokes on deck. A podcast so fire, man. Show some respect. Plus, dropping in, telling stories so bold. Comedians, hustlers, legends, and pros. We keep it light, keep it tight, but we wildin' too. If you ain't laughing, something wrong with you.
Well, buddy, this is another episode of the Weekly D podcast. Welcome, Jordan. This is low energy tonight because we started hella late. My dumbass had to run a bunch of errands and go to church because I almost forgot it was Ash Wednesday. I didn't eat meat today though, so I'm proud of myself for that.
I did.
Maybe that's why I feel so low energy, dude. I'm used to eating like steak every day. Like I literally eat some sort of beef every day. That's part of my transition to try to get healthy again. So it was a struggle today. I had like 10 eggs.
God damn.
And some tortillas and some cheese.
That doesn't sound.
No. Eggs are healthy for you, dude. They're like the best. They're like little protein bars, one little lump at a time. Think about it. It's liquid chicken. You can't go wrong with chicken. Although I'm allergic to chicken.
Trying to kill yourself while you're trying to get healthy.
Yeah. Well, I'm allergic to chicken, not eggs. Ironically, something about chicken like bloats the fuck. I'm not like deathly allergic. Okay, I have a food sensitivity. I'm at that age now where I'm not old and I have food sensitivities, right? So my body does not process chicken well. I get super bloated after I eat it. Kind of like people that have gluten intolerance, you know how they get all bloated? Same thing happens to me when I eat chicken. I don't know why, but I can't eat chicken like that. But
man, I guess once you reach 50, that's just what happens.
God damn, 50. I am starting to get some gray hairs, bro. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm starting to get some on the sides.
No.
I just like imagine that I'm catching up to Kyle now. But yeah, dude, it's been rough. But yeah, so Lent started. I got my little ashes. You see? Let me uncrease my forehead. Hold on. Got some ashes. For all the people that are listening, I uncreased my forehead momentarily.
Had to undo the wrinkles.
I had to undo the wrinkles, dude. The age, bro.
Try not to show my age.
You're lucky. You got like a reverse Benjamin Button. You don't age.
Nope. People still can't believe I'm 29.
I still think you're like 18, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people. There's. I haven't had it in a while, but some people keep asking me like, when do you graduate?
God damn.
And I'm like, I graduated like 11 years ago.
Bro, is it a struggle for you, like, when you go buy Zins? Do people, like, ID you all the time?
Slowly but surely, no one IDs me anymore.
Oh, nice. Breaking the law as an 18-year-old.
Which is weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, we went to Chili's a couple weeks ago.
Damn, fancy, bro.
And I was like, man, I want to try their old-fashioned. I want to try, like, I had a Mexican candy shot just to try because I've never had it. Tried their strawberry margarita, I think is what it was.
Okay.
Tried
frozen
something else. It was frozen.
Frozen, okay.
It was all right. Trying to remember what else we tried. We tried something else, and like I started asking the drinks, and I don't know if it's because the waitress was new, but she didn't ask for no ID for either one of us.
Damn, she gave no fucks.
Yeah, she just bringing all the alcohol, everything that we ordered. I was like, okay,
bro. I miss those days when I was too young to drink. I would test the waters, like, everywhere I would go. And then I found this one restaurant. I'm not going to name it because they've almost been shut down multiple times.
No, I'm just kidding.
But boy, did we used to go get fucked up there when we were teenagers.
Just a disclaimer, I don't know if it was actually
17, 18, 19.
I just named something.
I'm not saying. I'm not going to blow.
No, you're not saying. I'm just saying that I just named a restaurant around here. I don't know if it really was or not.
But boy, oh boy, did we get fucked up there when we were way too young.
That restaurant looks like the type that would actually not ask questions and just serve.
With cops next to us.
Yeah.
Luckily, me and Chino have had a beard since we were 16, so it worked out.
Yeah.
No one batted an eye.
Went to Viva Mariscos a couple weeks ago as well. It's fucking delicious. Love their black beans, refried black beans. I get like their green enchiladas. They're really fucking good. They have a tamarindo. Is it manzanilla?
Manzanilla? That's tea. That's
Manzanita.
chamomile.
Manzanita.
Manzanita is a soda.
The soda.
Yeah.
So it's the is it Smirnoff that made that
Yeah. The
tamarindo the
shot.
tamarindo? Yeah, with that with the manzanita soda. A little
Okay.
bit I think it was like a little bit of lime juice, and then it had like a little bit of chopped up apples
Damn.
with the
Sounds
rim
really
of tamarindo
okay. Okay.
in like the old like clay
Like
Mexican clay
cantaritos.
cup.
The
Yeah.
cantaritos. Yeah.
Yes, very good.
Nice.
Very good. I would get it
Nice.
again.
You give it a rim, John, where you look all up on that rim, just like.
No. Here we are. 6 minutes in, and there we go.
You're like, Nicole, look what my tongue can do to this cup.
God, she knows what my tongue can do. Anyway.
I got you blushing.
No, I said that, and then I was like, fuck, my mom listens to this.
Come on, Alan.
I tend to forget about that.
We don't get to the
I always
size
say
without knowing how to
say
eat.
some off the wall. I say something off the wall, and then I realize
Has your mom
my
ever
mom
called you out
listens
on
to
something you said on this?
I know she has, but I can't remember what it was.
Has she ever mentioned like
It was
something
like last
stupid I've
year or
said?
something. It was just like something I said, and she's like, "So," and I was like,
Does she ever question like our friendship? Like, does she ever ask you how the fuck you put up with them?
No, I don't think so. But then again, my mom's been very accepting of like a lot of friends that she's met.
I see.
Yeah, she never really doesn't really judge or anything.
I just know I say a lot of off the wall shit sometimes, and I don't think about it till like I'm editing, and I'm just like, oh, I should probably cut this out, but for the sake of the podcast, I'll leave it in.
Well, you see, she has to warn a lot of her friends about me because I say off the wall stuff. Because like once I get comfortable with one of her friends, like I start spitting like random shit or saying like random shit. Like for instance, like man, what was the one that I told her friend Lisa that comes over a lot? But anyway, I'm gonna use a different one as an example. Like I'll like I don't know where I'll just be like, so did you know that the firstborn child leaves DNA in the womb. So when the second child is born, they're actually swimming in the firstborn's DNA.
Oh my god!
And then the child born after that is carrying the DNA of both of them.
Makes sense. Makes sense why my little brother looks so much like me.
Yep. And it's kind of crazy too, isn't it? Because when you think about it, you're like, because I forget that you're not the oldest.
Yeah, no.
You're the middle child. You're the middle child. And I said that and I was like, oh no. That boy's like, swimming in my brother's stuff.
And his DNA.
Oof.
That's alright.
It's alright. You're like, I came out normal.
I came
out normal. It's okay.
I came out with a decent IQ.
But,
it's okay.
Yeah, but like she'll sit there and she'll look at me and she's like, "What is wrong with you?" And my mom's just like, "That's just how he is. That's just how he is. You gotta accept it."
You know what's funny is, so I've always been very like off the wall, outspoken. My mom used to have to warn her church friends, like, just be prepared. He might say something really stupid that'll make you question your life. I mean, our ex-boss learned that the really hard way. Can't let me get it too comfortable.
My God. I need to text him and ask him if he still uses straws or not.
I should, right? I'm like, hey man, you remember the thing about straws?
You know what you need to do? What you need to do is, you know what a Mississippi milkshake is?
No, tell me more.
No, I'm not gonna tell you more. You gotta look it up,
I gotta
buddy.
arm my arsenal, bro.
Yeah, you gotta look that one up.
It sounds wild though. I think
it is wild. It's wild. Like it's so wild. I don't even feel comfortable actually saying it on the podcast unless you edit it out. But knowing you probably won't.
I don't know. I'll put dolphin sounds over it.
Okay, it'll be like an episode of SpongeBob. So from what I read, it's basically where the person receiving gives themselves
coffee or just water.
I think it's just water. It didn't specify. It just says that they gave themselves the person giving keeps going while they're still full of the liquid, busting, and then I think person giving gets the in their mouth.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Then there's another one. Then there's like another definition where it's something similar to that first one, but at the end, both parties share.
Oh, like they catch it in their mouth, spit it into each other's mouth?
Kind of.
Nice.
But it also said something about like there's a mud milkshake,
Ooh,
which
that
has to
already
do
sounds
with,
bad.
you already know what it entails, fecal matter and everything. Like
You, you know what's
two
crazy?
girls,
Talking
one
about
cup type shit.
talking about enemas. I recently watched a YouTube video about this couple that does coffee enemas.
Lord Jesus
They literally
Christ.
do it on a daily basis, and they say that it energizes them. And all I could think is, it's so much easier to just do cocaine. So, like, if you need that much energy, a little booger sugar will go a long way.
All right, so we're talking about enemas. There's another one that I've seen where there's a couple that literally uses their urine to brush their teeth, to wash
Oh,
their hands. I think one of them used it as eye drops, and then
that's not good.
they put it on their face as a moisturizer because they said that it takes acne away.
There's no way in hell that works. There's no, I mean, I know it's like filtered water at that point, but there's no way in hell that works.
And then
I
they
highly
sit
doubt
there and they
that.
like wash their bodies with
Bro,
it too,
imagine
and I'm
how
just
bad
like,
their breath stinks.
not even that, dude. Just like how they smell, they use it to like wash their bodies, and they're just sitting there, just like smelling like
Bro,
piss
you
all
ever
day.
been on an airplane next to I'd rather not say before I
No, but
get
I have never been on an airplane, and I think that's like one of the things that worries me about being on an airplane is being in close proximity to people that probably don't know how to
Bro,
shower.
the last time I went on the airplane, I farted. That shit lingered. That shit lingered the whole fucking flight, dude. From here to Austin, 30-minute flight, I could not escape it. And I know if I couldn't escape it, person behind me, the person in front of me, we're sitting in that boat too. We're in for
It
a ride.
it just reminds me of that one clip where it's like that one dude walking by his his grandma's ventilator thing,
Oh yeah, just like
and he just go, he's like,
bro, yeah, don't ever fart on an airplane. The air does not circulate the way you think it will.
I don't think so. It's just a recirculating cab. I don't really think there's filters or anything. Then a lot of people that
Nah,
go through
dude.
that.
You know, it shocks me that people used to be able to smoke on airplanes because I cannot imagine being a non-smoker and like sitting all the way in the front and you can smell the guy in the back just puffing away. Like that must have
But
fucking stunk,
not only that, you'd probably get like secondhand smoke yourself.
right?
Cause like that
You
had to
know,
be
you
like
know,
super cloudy in there.
oh yeah, you know what? Snoop Dogg needs to buy out Spirit Airlines, rebrand it as secondhand high, and be the first airplane carrier where you can get high.
That's dangerous if it gets to the pilots though.
No, they got a door, dude, and it locks, it seals. Now the flight attendants are gonna be baked all day. You're gonna have the worst service possible.
This sounds like Soul Plane all over again.
A little bit like it. Just don't give to the pilot mushrooms, you know. Oh man, dude. But yeah, Lent started, right?
Oh yeah, let's
I know
go.
you're not super religious, but as a Catholic, you know, you have Lent for 40 days, 40 nights, leading up to Easter, which actually isn't true. It's like 44 days because they don't count weekends or Sundays, I think, in the whole calendar. Like, I was like, all right, what am I going to give up for Lent, right? Because that's a thing you do. Like, you make a Lenten vow or sacrifice, whatever, you
Mm,
know, and usually it's like people would do like pray or, you know, just trying to become a better person, right?
mm-hmm,
And I was like, well, this is a perfect time to start trying to lose weight, right? I was like, all
mm,
right, so I'm gonna give up carbs, right? Excessive carbs. Try to wean down sugar. Try to go to the gym more often. Try to become a morning person because you know me. You worked with me. You saw I showed up late to work every day, at least an
mm-hmm,
hour late because I had to get an
mm-hmm.
extra hour of sleep. But so I'm like thinking of all these things, right? And I'm writing them down. But then Chino's like, "Hey, bro, I'm giving up alcohol. You should do it with me." And I was like, "Well, fuck, man. Do I really want to add that to my list?" And I was like, "All right, fuck it. Tell me why today, after I got the ashes in my head and I realized we were going to podcast, I legit had a panic attack because Wednesdays are like my drinking days, right? I was telling Nanya, like, I drink like 6 beers every time we podcast. And no alcohol made me so fucking uneasy that I legit had a panic attack before we recorded. I was like walking around the house, just like trying to calm down because I was like, what the fuck am I gonna drink?
Water.
I don't like water.
Rehydrate.
I like it filtered.
If you drink enough, you're gonna end up with the water intoxication. So it's the same thing.
I think I'll just stick to
Or
honeysuckle.
you'll drown on land. I don't.
I'll just drink honeysuckle. That's gonna be my second option. I'm not gonna get drunk. I'm gonna get high. But yeah, dude. Besides the weight loss, have you noticed any differences in your habits?
Not craving nicotine as much. Not craving alcohol whatsoever.
Very nice.
If I drink, it's because I'm like actually like wanting to try it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel more energetic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm sleeping better at night.
Hey, nice.
Because I'm losing weight. Which is kind of weird because when I weighed myself Saturday, I was at like 15 pounds loss. So I don't know how I regained the 5 pounds. But I don't know, like, yeah, water weight, but like, I think I trust the doctor's scale more than I do the one that's here.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, because it can recalibrate itself or whatever at the doctor. So I kind of believe that one. So I was like, okay, 10 pounds, whatever.
10 pounds is still 10 pounds, bro. That's
but losing the 10 pounds, again, feeling more energetic, sleeping better at night. Like, I'm waking up like super early. Like, even if I go to bed like at midnight, I wake up like an hour before my alarm sometimes.
Nice.
And I feel fully energized, but I'm like, it's too early to be doing this. I need to go back to sleep.
Very nice. You know, so I don't know if it's like part of my addiction issues, but when I work out, I sleep drastically less. Like, drastically less. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason, every time I start working out, I can't sleep. My shit's just like, oh, ass backwards. Every time I try to do something right, it switches on me.
Well, but then again, they say that whenever you're giving up drugs to replace it with exercising, because it gives you kind of like the same high.
It doesn't.
Well, that's what they're like saying, right? Like,
it's close. Well, not close. It's like a small fraction.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on how much you like. But maybe it's your body, you know, kind of getting that little bit of feeling and thinking, oh, we're about to party. We're about to party.
Yeah,
you're
I gotta trick my brain.
Hard in the motherfucking paint.
I gotta trick my brain to do that.
Yeah, but since losing like the 10 pounds though, my back doesn't hurt as much anymore either.
Dude, that helps. Weight loss helps with your back problems.
Yeah,
so the real question is,
I would like sleeping, I'd wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, my back hurts.
Or
if I'm like picking stuff up off the ground, like my back's killing me. But now it's like,
Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Hell yeah, dude. Real question is, at 30 pounds, I don't know if you've ever heard, but when a man loses 30 pounds, he gains an inch.
Yeah, probably because there's not enough meat hiding it anymore.
You're halfway there, buddy.
I don't know yet. I don't know. I think for the first time in several years, I've finally been able to see my feet.
Nice. Feet or toes?
I mean, I can look. I mean, I can look and be like, yeah.
Standing straight up, looking down.
Yeah, but straight up, and it's just like, I am losing weight. I was like, and I can see my toes. I can see the tips of my boots.
Just wait till you can see your pecker, bro.
I'm gonna be like, hey, that's what it looks like. That's motherfucking nasty.
Honestly, I want to get it on Zepic, but I feel like I won't get it because I haven't. Like, I'm teetering at 300-pound line. Like, I'm straight teetering it, but I feel like my doctor's gonna be like, oh, stop being a bitch. Go lose weight.
My dad is on it, and my dad is officially lighter than you.
Nice.
My dad is at 288 now.
Holy shit.
And he started at like 350, 320, something like that.
Yeah. All I know is if my doctor doesn't approve it, I'm about to go to my dad. He's on it for diabetes. I'm about to start stealing that shit, dude.
You got to be careful with that, though. Because depending on what doses he's on, like if you start off on a high dose, it makes you real sick. Yeah. Like my coworker, when he got on it, instead of starting him on the 0.25, they started him on the 0.5.
Shit.
He was diarrhea, throwing up, dehydration. He had to go to the emergency room.
Damn. See, I don't mind the diarrhea part.
No, like he's talking about, like he's saying that he's throwing up.
No, yeah.
Like it was coming out of both ends at the same time.
I've heard so when my dad got on it, he had the same issue. It was too strong for him. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, hopefully
But
they approve it for me, and that way I can start
I
my
think
fat
I
ass
think
weight
one
loss.
thing I think one thing is like yes they might approve it because you're overweight, but
Yeah, man, you're calling
if
me fat,
if
bro.
if man I'm okay. So the doctor that I saw today is a different doctor than I saw last time. He gave me
Uh,
way more information, told me to see a dietitian. Like the other one didn't tell me anything about
mm-hmm,
that, and gave me a lot more information. Like actually took out his phone and said, "Look at these apps," because
mm-hmm,
apparently like he lost a lot of weight too. So
mm-hmm.
he's like, look at these apps to kind of help you guide everything, like the health app, count your steps. He's
Yeah,
like, 10,000 is equivalent to like 5 miles, but you don't have to do the 5 miles. Just
yeah,
track your like how many steps you're doing and then try to up it.
mm-hmm,
Because then
yeah.
you burn more calories. I'm supposed to go into like a calorie deficit diet.
Oh, those are fun.
And yeah, he was like, you kind of just figure out like how much you're burning and
Mm-hmm.
then just try and eat less than that.
Best way to do it is eat a lot of protein. That way you get like a lot of nutrients in those calories, so you stay fuller longer rather than eating carbs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit easier to be on the calorie deficit because you won't be as hungry. Because you're still gonna be a little hungry, but the more protein you consume, the less hungry you're gonna feel. So it's easier to stay on that calorie
But the
deficit.
crazy part is that while doing that, while on Wegovy or
Mm-hmm.
Ozempic, you don't feel hungry.
Oh, that's right, because it fucks with your stomach.
Yeah, it change. He's like it changes everything. It automatically. He was telling me that the the medication changes your body, like the way it
Mm-hmm.
operates. And he was like, kind of like, when you eat fried foods or whatever. And I was like, yeah, whenever I eat like a French fry, it could be like one or two French fries.
Mm-hmm.
My stomach starts to hurt. Like there's a pain
Yeah,
in my gut because it's reacting to the fried food. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, that's one of the things. That means the medication's working.
nice. Hell yeah.
So I was
Not
like,
nice. You
well,
know, one thing you should do, Alan, just to consider it. So Wegovy and Ozempic, they have proven through clinical trials that if it fucks with your bone density, so you should really consider lifting weights or doing like weighted workouts because that helps balance that bone density issue. We don't want you to lose weight and become more fragile. You know, right
yeah,
now you got the
it
extra
might go.
packing, you got the you have
Yeah,
the protection on, but
yeah.
the more
Um,
weight you lose, you want to be
but what
careful
I
with
was
that.
gonna say is that for because it's like a weight loss program with my job, so they'll
Hmm.
pay for a whole year. Yeah, they'll pay for like a whole year of doing it. After the 1 year, that's it.
Okay.
But I know, like for Nicole's aunt, she got on it because she had a fatty liver,
Hmm.
and so she has her primary doctor
Yeah.
prescribing it and giving it to her, and like trying to get her down to like a set weight. So
Okay.
for you, if you so happen to have a fatty liver,
Probably
you're
do
more
it.
than
Take some
likely
out.
going to get on it
Yeah.
because it's gonna help.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably my alcoholism will help me with that end.
Yeah, I mean, it gets scary on the high dosage because it's C. So I was at 0.25. They put me
Hmm.
on 0.5, and then he said the following month will be uh 1.0.
Hmm.
So I think it doubles every time.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of terrifying for me because her aunt is on 6 months,
Hmm.
and I think she's on 12.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and this is
That's
over a
aggressive,
fatty
bro.
liver. She was not that fat,
Yeah.
and the doctor wanted her to go down to like 180. I think she was like two something,
Yeah.
and she's lost like 50 pounds, and she looks like a toothpick.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah,
My goal is to drop down back to my high school weight, which was 205.
yeah, me
So
too.
that's
I was like
95 pounds.
220,
Yeah.
250, somewhere around there is what I was. I think that's a okay weight
Yeah. I'll
because
be happy
he
at
he had me
225
he
to
had
be
me
honest.
do the download the BMI app,
Uh huh.
and he told me to plug in like my weight, my age, and my height. I'm supposed to be 160.
God damn.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
I don't trust those
basically
scales,
what
dude.
my sister-in-law weighs, and Nicole's just like, no, no. She's like, skinny dudes scare me. She's
God
like,
damn.
that's why I married you, because I like that you're fat.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, thank you, but I need to lose weight because my family has a tendency of having diabetes or heart attacks. So
Yeah.
sorry
You just
about
gotta
that.
get to a manageable weight, right? Like
Yeah,
where you're healthy, you're more active, watching
yeah.
what you eat. But that's great, dude. My BMI, I'm supposed to be 190, right? No. I'm lying. 185, right?
That
In high
sounds about
school,
right.
I got on hydroxycut extreme hardcore, which is like a hydroxycut version they don't sell anymore because it was too strong and people were fucking having heart attacks on it. Me
Yeah.
and Chino, me and Chino took that shit for 6 months, bro. Or like right after high school, I dropped down to 205, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I managed to get down to 195. After that, I started doubling the dose of hydroxycut and could not lose more weight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got down, dude. Like, I got super skinny, but I couldn't lose
But
more weight.
weren't you exercising at the same time though?
Oh yeah, dude. I was exercising like
That's
fucking
probably why
crazy.
you couldn't lose the weight. Muscle weighs more.
I was fucking full exercise addict at that point, working out twice a
Yeah,
day, Monday through
yeah.
Sunday.
That's why I was kind of looking at that BMI and I was like, that's not really that accurate because
Well, the
I
BMI
can
was
I
created
can say I'm
in the
400 pounds, but
1950s.
what if I'm 400 pounds muscle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it was created in the 90s or 1960s. Like, our bodies genetically have changed over time. We're heavier.
Yeah, but the good thing about this doctor, he was like, it says like you're supposed to be 160. He's like, do I want to get you down to that weight?
Mm-hmm.
If I can, great, but
Is it
don't think that
reasonable?
you're gonna get to like 160. He's like,
Yeah.
it's unrealistic. He's like,
Yeah.
you're over like 200 and something pounds. There's a big difference, like between what you weigh now and what you're supposed to be at. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna aim for like 250.
Yeah. That's more reasonable.
Yeah,
It's attainable.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, that's good though. I'm happy for you. I gotta get on my grind and go to the fucking doctor to get my
No, but I
Ozempics.
noticed I lost weight, and it might be water weight, but I lost weight because my pants are falling.
God
And
damn it, Alan.
yeah, my pants are
Your
falling.
poor coworkers, dude. I saw your
Dude,
ass every
nah, dude,
day that I
I'm
worked with you.
clicking this belt like really, really tight. And then my shirts are feeling bigger.
Nice. That's good. That's awesome, dude. Just keep them pants up high and tight, bro.
Yeah. I'm
You
trying,
moon me
dude. I'm
enough
clicking
times.
this
I
belt.
feel like I've seen your ass probably as much as your wife has. At least that
Yeah.
1 year, those 2 years I worked with you, I saw a
Mm-hmm.
lot of ass, bro.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't even intentional, and I was wearing a belt. It just was not working. I wish I had the belt that I have now. The belt that I have now, it clicks.
Oh, nice.
So it's
Got
like
a
fully
fucking ratcheting
adjustable, but it
strap
actually,
now,
yeah, but it basically clicks.
huh?
It clicks, so it holds it in place.
Nice. We gotta lose enough weight so we can go to Six Flags together
Goddamn.
and ride the rides, bro.
Yeah, no. My goal is to lose enough weight so that way when I go float the river, my ass isn't scraping the rocks.
Bro, that was rough, dude. I got fucked up too. And you know what's crazy? Like, I went 2 weeks before that with some other friends, and some dude near me lost his kneecap. I should have warned y'all. I mean, I picked a different river to go to, but
Yeah, it was still
yeah,
pretty bad. I had to walk most of it,
yeah,
but I think the walking scared me more because,
it's unstable.
well, not only that, but like my ankle is still kind of fresh
Gotcha.
because it only been 2 years after surgery.
Oh shit, Alan! By summertime, you're probably gonna be down enough to enjoy floating the river.
Yeah, maybe.
We gotta do a river trip.
I'm kind of wondering what next February is gonna look like. That's the crazy part because
God
that's when it's
damn.
up. But
Yeah.
the other thing too is my loophole is I know I have a fatty liver,
Yeah.
so I could possibly just switch over to a primary care doctor and continue
We get that
and
done.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Probably. I mean, like I said, I drink a lot, so I probably close to a fatty liver. Also, process alcohol very differently than most people, so it's probably up there.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what you're gonna be like when you get on it, because it literally kills the craving for alcohol.
Now, I've heard it affects your mood. Have you noticed any mood effects?
I want to say that there's times where like I feel super frustrated and it gets very depressing.
Oh, that's where all the songwriting kicks in, huh?
No, it's more of, I think it's more of the, like for instance, Nicole cooks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love every meal that she makes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now what she makes actually hurts
Wow. Because she has to adjust.
because it's like greasy, or if it's like
Yeah.
a little too much butter, or something slightly fried.
Mm-hmm.
Like I take one bite and it immediately hurts.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
like sitting there like I have to push her food away, and it kind of makes me upset because I'm like,
You want to
I
eat
know
it.
she I know she like
It hurts her
put
ego.
all the love, and I know that it's affecting her
Uh-huh.
because she's sitting there like she sees that I take one bite and put it down and not
Mm-hmm.
like touch it again, and she's sitting there kind of like,
Have y'all tried switching to beef tallow? Beef tallow.
fuck is that?
So beef tallow. So fun fact. Back in like the 80s, before everyone started switching to like corn oil and peanut oil and shit, they used to use beef tallow, which beef tallow is just rendered beef fat. So like you get the
Uh-huh.
beef fat and you render it and render it and render it till it becomes like super clean, and then you use that because it's nutrient dense, right? And it works just as well as oil and other stuff, but it has more nutrients in it. It's a little bit more gentle on your stomach because
Uh-huh.
it's more natural. Yeah, I've actually been making my own beef tallow like every 3 months. I collect all the trimmings from like steaks and stuff, ribeyes. I hate that I do it, but I trim like all the fat off of them and
Uh-huh.
any beef that I buy, and I just throw it in a Ziploc bag. I have like I probably wait till I get like 2 to 3 1 gallon Ziplocs full of the trimmings,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
then I just render all that, and then I just put it in mason jars, and it's shelf stable for like 2 years. So you just
Oh
put it in
damn.
mason jars, and you just use it whenever you need it. It works pretty good, and like I said, it is more gentle on the stomach. I have noticed that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I'll have to
I mean
try that.
that's when like McDonald's and shit used to taste different. They used to use beef tallow.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate a today. I actually didn't take lunch, so I ate a double cheeseburger, bacon
Mm.
cheeseburger,
From where?
dude.
From where? From where? From where?
McDonald's, their new barbecue bacon
That fucked you up,
double
didn't it?
cheeseburger. It didn't fuck me up, dude. I got full, and all I did was eat the burger. I was like, God, that was too much. That was too much. Like I was hurting because I was like, oh, that was way too much.
Yeah.
My God, but it was so good. It was actually really good.
Was it?
But I didn't eat breakfast or anything, so it
Oh,
actually
okay.
was
Balanced out.
needed. Yeah, and then I ate like half my dinner today. So
Nice.
yeah,
Okay.
and she's trying to make healthy foods and everything. So I'm gonna go to a dietitian and see like what they recommend or whatever, and see if I can get any information so I can give it to her
Yeah.
to help her out. Because she's sitting there like every day, like researching stuff, like stuff
Hmm.
that I can eat while I'm on this medication. Because like it's stressing her out that I'm not eating anything.
Yeah. Natural fats, bro. Beef
Yeah.
tallow. Like I said, I'm legit gonna try to give up sugar, like no excessive sugar or added sugars, and carbs, like tortilla, rice, and things like that. I'm gonna try to go like on a modified keto diet
I still
and
find it crazy that
see
the
how that
rice
works.
isn't as healthy as I thought it was.
It's terrible for you. All forms of it too.
That's
Something
crazy considering that a
every
lot of
plate.
Asian culture has white rice
Hmm.
and they eat so much of it and they're
Yeah,
skinny.
yeah, but most
But they
Asians,
also eat a lot of soup.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They eat a lot of soup. And they drink a lot of green tea. That helps a lot with digestion, like hot green tea. Yeah,
I'm actually drinking a diet green tea right now.
nice. I'm drinking agua de
I read the
Jamaica.
calories. It says 0. And I'm like, hell yeah, already starting that deficit.
Nice. Yeah, I'm drinking agua de Jamaica with pineapple.
Oh,
Fermented pineapple is like a probiotic. It's supposed to help you shit.
puro caca.
But yeah, dude, I think I've become an addict,
6. Wow.
and I'm double pouching most of the times.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna have to like
wean off of it. Yeah. I feel like this late, I'm gonna be very angry. Just heads up.
That's nothing. So, like, it's not Zens, it's the Velo. I have
Oh,
a coworker who gets the 7. It's the 7 milligram of the Velo,
uh-huh.
and he literally takes 4 pouches, and I'm like,
Damn,
oh, you fucking insane, dude.
that
He's
is
like, I
crazy.
usually do like 3 of the 12s, but I can't find the 12s. So I'm like,
That is
you're crazy.
insane,
And on top
dude.
of that, he's vaping, and I'm like, yo.
How do you not get sick? Like, okay, if I double pouch, I have to have a pouch in and then wait like an hour before I put the second one in. If not, it's too much.
Well, at that point, is it really double pouching? It's just like you're reloading.
Well, it's like a pouch and a
Because
half at that point.
because the pouch technically lasts about an hour.
Does it? I thought it says it lasts like a couple hours.
No, it says like about an
Never
hour.
mind, I'm just a little bitch.
You thought you were cool until you
No, I
burst your
didn't think I
bubble.
was cool. I thought I was developing a problem, but that just made me feel a whole lot better. This is how addict brain works out, and you just kind of justify that
You're
you're
like,
not
oh
that
my
bad.
god, I'm getting bad, I'm getting bad, I'm getting bad, and then you're like, oh, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I talked to Ellen about it. He's a
God damn.
professional.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, dude! I feel like this is a very low energy podcast today.
Very low energy, but I feel like there's a lot of helpful information for everybody.
Yeah. The more you know. Maybe we
Yeah,
need to
the more
bring
you know. This is a
Jasmine back
very
on.
this is a very like health oriented, which is kind of crazy because we went from like making music, AI and everything
To
last
distracts.
episode to now it's like, yo, we're thinking about being healthy.
Well, I mean, it's lit, bro. It's lit. This is how I usually start a diet. I go on lit. I do an extreme diet for 40 days and 40 nights. Then I try to keep it. I try to maintain it without going crazy. But usually, by like the 45th day, I'm a full blown alcoholic again. Just because everything stresses me out, bro.
Yeah, but if you get on that Ozempic, while in those 40 days, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna really go back.
Bro, they forget I'm an addict by nature.
Yes.
They just catch me snorting fucking Ozempic after a while.
Oh goddamn. Well, I don't know how that's gonna be possible when it's a preloaded syringe.
Bro, when there's a will, there's a way, okay? I can put it on a baking.
You know
I can
what? I
syringe
think
it
that's the
onto a
one.
baking sheet.
That's the one
throw it in the
thing that's
oven.
gonna freak you out. The syringe.
Yeah, dude, I'm scared of needles, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be able
you never see it though. You
Is it
never
like the
see it though.
diabetes ones? Where it's like you don't see it, you just prick your finger and
Yeah, but you have to hold it.
I can't do that, dude. I will be
No,
cracked.
like
I stab my
okay.
thigh?
So like when I did it, like you hear a click,
Huh?
and then you just watch like a yellow gauge come out to show that it's like finished.
That's too fucking stressful for me, dude. I'll be freaking out the whole time. I
Yeah,
hear the click and I'm like, look.
Yeah, by the time you hear the click, the needle's already in you.
Do you feel it though?
The
Wait, do
first
you have
time
to
I did
stab
it,
your
no.
stomach? Or can you stab your thigh?
I did the stomach. I haven't done the thigh. The thigh's gonna be this Saturday. I'm moving it around because I heard that you're supposed to like, you can do it on the same spot or in the same area, just not this same exact spot.
Oh, okay.
So if you do your gut, you have to do one side and then do the other.
Bro, I'd be pissed if I do one side of my gut like half the time, and then you just see one side all fucking lopsided.
I think that's kind of why I've switched it. So I did my gut on the right side, then I did my left arm, my right arm. When I did my gut, I didn't feel it, but I don't think I did it right because there was a little bit of medication still, like when I picked it up, when I removed it.
Yeah.
And they say if you see a little bit, you didn't do it well enough.
Okay.
And they say just do it again next time. Don't even try to grab another one and double dose yourself.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put it on.
So like the second time, like I felt like a little. The second one, I felt like a little prick. And then the third one, I actually felt it, and I was like, "God damn!"
See that? That's where it's gonna be. That's probably where I can't do it because I get too much fucking anxiety with needles going into me.
Yeah, I just don't know why it hurt. So I'll let you know about the fourth one this Saturday, and see what it feels like when I do my thigh. But it was kind of crazy.
You know that's one of the many reasons why I never tried heroin was because a needle was involved. So thank God for that. Maybe I need to keep my fear of needles.
Fucking Cleo's like,
my cat.
Who's out there?
She's on my Jaguar and she's like, wait. Badass death whistle.
Death whistle.
Oh, yeah. I love that thing. I gotta buy the other one.
Dude, if I get one of those, I'm gonna go stand in the backyard, call my coworker who lives like on the other street, like across the pasture from me. And be like, yo, stand outside real quick.
Yeah, I'll fucking freak the fuck out of him. Bro, that'd be fun.
Or choose a day when I know he's like barbecuing and like do it like several times. He'd be like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna call the police. And then you gotta go whoop whoop.
He'll probably call me and be like, what is going on over there?
Nah, you got to throw the whoop whoop out for Superhuman Timmy, bro. Fuck, that's the video I should have looked for. It was another fucking Superhuman video. Can I get a whoop whoop? God damn, dude. Man, besides that, how's life been going? What have you been up to?
Going pretty good. This past weekend, I spent it in Sargent fishing.
Nice.
Left Thursday afternoon, stayed there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Caught me a flounder. Yep. There's a whole nother story about that flounder. Anyway, got a flounder. Sister-in-law caught 2 red drum.
Nice.
And a croaker.
Okay.
We got 4 big blue crabs.
Nice. Crabbo?
And then sister-in-law also caught a stingray.
Oh, shit.
Yep. That was crazy.
Yeah?
Dude was huge.
Was he a fighter?
Dude, he was like almost as wide as me, like shoulder to shoulder.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They were lucky though. It looked like somebody had already cut off his tail.
Oh, okay.
But it had been like a long time ago because it was like fully healed. Like it was a nub.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah. Yeah.
What if he
so
was
got
like
lucky.
one of the aquarium ones that they ended up
Yeah,
letting
but
go?
he was heavy.
Yeah. Did y'all
Yeah,
throw
I
him
got
back?
a picture of them. Yeah, they threw him back.
Did y'all eat
But it was
any of
weird.
the fish you caught?
Huh?
Did y'all eat any of the fish you caught?
Okay, so we're gonna go on that rant. So we brought him home. We cleaned him up and everything. We brought him home. We left the flounder full whole. And Nicole decides, well, not Nicole, but sister-in-law wants to cook them right away. She wanted to cook them like the moment we came back. And we're like, dude, we just got back, drove 2 hours. It's exhausting. We're all sunburnt. Like, no. Monday I'm at work.
Gotta shut her down.
Yeah, Monday I'm at work.
Uh-huh.
And Nicole's looking up recipes and making the stuffing and everything. Grandma went and got all the ingredients. Special trip. Was making the stuffing and everything. Her sister was bugging her about filleting the fish. And so then she was like, okay, that's fine. Look, watch a YouTube video. Hardhead. She was like, no, I got it. I can figure it out. I'm not gonna YouTube it. Starts doing it.
Fuck the
And then
fish
she's
up.
just like, let me go ahead and actually YouTube it. Starts YouTubing it. Doesn't watch the video from beginning to end. It's following it step by step by step by step.
Okay.
And Nicole's like, do you even know if that's how we're supposed to do it? Because we're trying to stuff it, not actually like fillet it. And so then Nicole like fast forwards the video and is like, this is not what we want.
Fish.
You're filleting it. This is not what we want. Around that time, I so happen to get home, and she walks out to the truck, hops in the truck, and vents to me about the whole thing. And then I'm like, all right. Then she gets out, and she's like, let me go try and salvage what we have left. I was like, all right. And I was like, all right. I think this is my cue to actually get out the truck and go inside. So I went inside. I walked in. Nicole's at the stove with the pan, stirring it up. And I see what she's stirring. And she looks over at me and goes,
Fish nuggets.
literally, she basically cubed the flounder.
Oh my god. Oh.
Nicole was so pissed. She was pissed. I sat there and I looked at it and I started getting pissed. And then sister-in-law comes over and says, we tried to fillet it, but we butchered it, so we're trying to salvage it. And I'm like, okay. So now it's a we shit. I was like, all right, so it's a we shit now because you don't want me to yell at you. Okay. And then she's like, but on my redfish, we're gonna wait until she called her cousin to come over and fillet them.
Nice.
And I'm over here like, because it's the fish that you caught, you don't want to fuck them up.
Yeah, yeah.
But yet, those are easier to fillet than a flounder.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over here like, this is bullshit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to my room before I like pop off and say some shit that I don't mean.
Zempy Raging Allen over there.
Yes, very much so. I hadn't really eaten heard that we were eating the flounder, I was excited, and to come home to that shit, I was pissed.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
And Nicole comes running into the room and says, "We're leaving. We're gonna go fill up the truck because I need to get the fuck out of here before I start swinging." I was like, "Okay, that's fine with me." Hopped in the truck, went to go hang out with my dad. He was messing with the pipe burst at the main water thing.
Oh, that's
He was
fun.
already fixing it while we were sitting there venting to both of them. And on our way over there, we were gonna cross over 36 to head towards that way, and we were sitting at the light. There goes the cousin they were waiting for, going the opposite direction of the house.
Oh, damn.
And I was like, so this is gonna take a minute. We were gone for about 2.5 hours, I think. And when we showed up, the cousin was barely leaving.
Damn.
Like it took him like about 2 hours to get here
So he had no idea what he was doing?
to fillet the fish. No, he filleted her fish.
Oh,
Perfectly
okay.
fine. Normal. Then we get here, and of course, the sister-in-law was freaking out when we were leaving. And was like, "What am I supposed to do with the fish?" She was like, "Cook it." Nicole was like, "Cook it. Just cook it."
Uh-huh.
Then she's like, "We get there." She literally stopped cooking the fish,
Uh-huh.
threw it in a Ziploc bag, threw it in the fridge, and said Nicole can finish it when she comes back. So we walk in the door, and I was like, "What happened to dinner?"
Uh-huh.
And her grandma was like, "Well, Nicole started cooking and then left. And Amber didn't want to do it. So I guess now we're going to have to throw in some frozen pizzas into the oven, and that's what's for dinner."
God.
I was pissed.
I bet. Fucking Ozempi Allen over there, raging out.
I was
Write a song
pissed.
about it.
And then
Bitch,
my wife
put my
was like,
face.
"I'm staying in the room. Go give me some pizza, please." So I was like, okay. And she's like, "And make sure she doesn't get any."
God damn.
I tried, dude. I tried getting as many pieces as I could, but I couldn't because grandma was like handing out the pieces. So she was just like, "Here's some for you, here's some for Nicole, here's some for her." And I was just like, fuck that bitch. She don't deserve to eat. Fuck that bitch. She gotta lose weight anyway. Nah, she's not that fat. She's gaining weight, which is what we want. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that happened.
Man, that's
I
fun.
was pissed. I was
That sounds more eventful
pissed.
than my weekend, dude. I had to do the brakes on my car. Fucking, I got in the car and I was like, by the way, our car's been making a weird sound. We get in it, fucking brakes metal to metal, bro. Rear brakes are just dragging metal to metal.
You're like, how does this happen? It's a new vehicle.
Well, it's not that new. It's just look. We ran those brakes. I went to Minnesota twice in that car.
That's true.
Melania
is
now
true.
drives 45 minutes every day to and from work.
Damn.
So I mean, those brakes were destined to give out. I didn't realize where we were at because I rarely drive the car.
Yeah.
So when she mentioned it, we got in and yeah, it was bad, dude. But we did all four rotors and pads. That was a fun afternoon.
Damn.
Better than what I had to do the weekend before. Actually, no. That was this weekend. Yeah, it was fucking cold and rainy. Was it this weekend or last weekend? I don't think
This
about it now.
weekend wasn't cold and rainy. That was last
Oh, it
weekend.
was last weekend, dude. And like I wasn't gonna let her drive a whole week without having brakes. So I had to do it last week, and that's why I got sick and we didn't record last week. Or the week
Pouring
before.
rain.
Yeah.
I got sick.
I also got sick. I got sick with the cold because I had to do the brakes in the cold and rain.
And then I got bronchitis from the cold.
Yeah, that's why we didn't record like 2 weeks ago. That's what.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
This weekend I worked on my dad's car. So my dad, he's retired now, right?
Uh-huh.
He's just living the great old retired life. My dad's the kind of guy that can't sit still. He's always having to tinker on something
Uh-huh.
or always having to work on something. So his ass, this crazy ass, 2 weeks ago calls me. He's like, "Hey, I bought a car in auction. I'm gonna go pick it up, and I need you to help me look at it and make sure everything looks good." I was like, "All right, bet." This man bought a car in auction all the way in Florida, drove all the way to Florida to sign the paperwork, drove back, had a car hauler bring the car, and then he called me. He's like, "Hey, can you come look at the car? There's a few things I want you to help me do." So we did full oil change, checked all the fluids, changed all the fluids, did brakes, and then his air compressor wasn't working. He took it to a shop, right? Like before I got there, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the AC. They tried to charge it, couldn't figure it out. Fucking idiots. They didn't realize that. They told him the air compressor wasn't working. They were trying to charge him like $300 to change it.
Uh-huh.
I I went over there. I was like, bro, you're not getting power to the air compressor. I changed the relay, problem solved. I was like, damn, dude, I still got it. Like, it took me a whole 20 minutes to fucking diagnose it and fix it. My dad was like, damn.
Oh,
I was like, God damn, dude, I love that I still haven't forgotten.
like, that's how I felt with the four wheelers. I was like, oh yeah, I diagnosed what was wrong with it. It was a simple fix.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm trying not to pour too much money into them because I know the one that I'm working on right now is gonna sit
Yeah.
because I don't use it. So I
So
just got it
gonna
up and
plumb
running.
again.
Yeah, so I got it up and running and everything.
Put some stable in that bad boy. Keeps the
Mm-hmm.
fuel from gumming it up.
Mm-hmm. It was working fine, and then it fucked up on me. I gotta take it for a test drive. I was going full
Damn.
throttle, and all of a sudden, just with I was like,
Damn.
God damn!
And
And
you
then
got no gas.
no, it had gas. It was a full tank of gas. I had to choke it for it to actually like go a little bit,
Yeah, you gotta clock
and
jets
then
more.
no, I pulled it in, looked, fucking as it's running, carburetor steadily just dripping oil or dripping gas.
God damn, Ellen.
And I was like,
the gaskets
oh
back in?
goddamn. No, I didn't change it on this one.
Oh.
Like I had just changed the battery, the starter solenoid, and that was it.
Nice.
And I got it up and running. But then I sat so long that the carburetor gave out, so I ordered a new one, changed it today.
Very nice.
Yeah. Runs a little weird, but I mean
Jet compression?
no, it's their Amazon cheapy carburetors.
Oh, you just gotta tune it up, Bart.
Yeah. I mean that's what I was doing. I was tuning it a little bit. I got to tune the other one too because it dies when it sits.
It
runs fine, but it dies when it idles for too long.
Get you a tack, and then figure out what it's supposed to idle at. Tacks are like $10. I don't know, Harbor Freight.
I'm just doing it by ear.
I've become a Harbor Freight man at this point. I figured
I spent some money.
I figured I was like, look, I'm not a professional mechanic anymore. I don't need to have super fancy snap-on tools that are ultra reliable. So I've been buying a lot of Harbor Freight as of late.
Well, if you ever need help with a vehicle, if you ever need help with a vehicle, I'll head over there with my truck because I have a floor jack in my truck now.
Oh, I have a floor jack too. I just bought one.
Yeah, so did I. I bought a low pro aluminum 2-ton.
Nice.
And I have 2 jack stands, and then I have a full half-inch impact. I have a mini half-inch impact. I have impact driver. I have a drill. I have like 3 sets of sockets.
Damn, look at you.
From way back when.
Yeah.
Which I kind of want to change out for like one whole like mechanic set.
Yeah.
Got latex gloves, got straps, got bungees.
I got all that, dude.
Leather gloves. It's fully set.
Nice. I mean, I still have my toolbox, right? So it's still full of tools. The only thing that's been killing me is the batteries for the impacts. I have been dying since I'm not using them regularly. So I think I gotta buy like a massive charger and just keep them all charged at all times.
That or switch to Milwaukee.
I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it.
All I have is DeWalt.
Yeah.
Oh, I even have a DeWalt 3/8 drive ratchet.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about selling all my Snap-on like battery stuff, even if it's just to a pawn shop, dude, and just taking that money and buying all Milwaukee, just upgrade. But again, I'm not a professional mechanic anymore, so it's like, so I spend the money.
But also the cool part about the batteries is that they're universal for pretty much all the tools.
Yeah.
If you buy straight Milwaukee, I know for Snap-on, each one has a different battery.
Yeah, which is why I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing both Milwaukee sets, the 18 volt and the 24 volt, I think. Or is it 14 volt and 24 volt?
I think it's M12 and a...
Yeah, M12 and M18.
M18, yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about switching to all that. But yeah. I mean, I've been buying Icon tools from Harbor Freight. Pretty solid tools.
Yeah, they're apparently from the same manufacturer as Snap-on.
Yeah, same engineer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I am sad, though. I got rid of my Snap-on torque wrenches, the digital ones. I sold them a while back, and now I need a torque wrench again. I'm just like, fuck. But have you seen the Milwaukee one?
No.
The battery one? Bro, you
No.
set the torque and then you just squeeze the trigger and it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like $1,000, but it's badass.
I wonder if the efficiency goes down with
What's hard?
the dying battery.
Probably. Well, who knows? Because it has a torque gauge on it. Again, you set the torque and then you just squeeze the trigger until it hits the torque.
Mhm.
So I'm sure if the battery starts dying, you just can do it by hand. It is badass though. But it's $1,000, so I'm just like, but I'm slowly working my way to convincing Nadia to let me start buying some projects. Gotta pay for school first. But anyway, we're working on it. You know what? We've been doing this for a good while. I think we should go into our clip of the week.
Yes.
That way we can move this forward. This week, our clip of the week is brought to you by our good friends at Tabs. Tabs are some amazing sex chocolates. They are the kind of thing that you want on a date night. If you want to get lucky and lay the pipe down, go get you some Tabs. Okay? These things are equipped with horny goat weed. They will make you hard as a rock. They'll make your girl all nice and warm and wet. They'll put you in the mood. They'll put her in the mood. And I promise you're going to have a great time if you get you some Tabs sex chocolates. Go on a date, break a bar, have a great night. Go check out our friends at Tabs, promo code in the description as well as in the banner down below. All right, so this week, our clip of the week, I had to throw an audible in, and I found our good friend Superhuman Timmy doing another amazing stunt. Are you ready for this? Go ahead and mute myself.
My God.
Alan, can I get a whoop whoop?
Whoa, whoa.
Whoop whoop!
Yeah! Fuck! Yes, shit!
All right, so before we play that part, what do you think is going to happen here? I have
I
not
think
watched
it's gonna
this.
hurt.
I have no idea how this ends.
I think it's gonna hurt. Either that or he's gonna trip and fall.
Bro, are those like engine parts? I guess we'll see once we get there. All right, let's go see what Superhuman Timmy is all about. Whoop whoop! Not a single scratch, bro. God damn, he's amazing.
Was that like a cheese shredder?
I don't know what that was.
I was expecting blood.
It was a cheese shredder. I'm looking at the picture right now. It looks like also a bunch of old plastics, some hoses, a cheese shredder. Probably lost a nipple in that one, dude.
Woo, woo.
Imagine standing up, fucking nipples just missing. It's stuck in the cheese grater.
Surprised he did it with water. He should have done it dry.
No, I don't think it would have
Ooh.
had the same effect. He should have put some oil
Ooh.
on it, lubed
Ooh.
himself up. Just
He might have. You never know.
You never know. God damn, dude. I love Superhuman Timmy. That dude, I hope he makes money off of this shit because he puts himself through
We
some
watch
things.
it.
He puts himself through some things, though.
He's gonna be on the next Jackass.
Maybe. God damn it. Well, that was a good turn of events. Gave us a little bit of energy. He looked all spruced up now. All right. Well, just because it's getting late, dude, I don't want to keep this going. We're going a little long right now. We're really low energy. We talked about health today. So let's go into our next segment, our favorite segment, brought to you by our good friends at Honeysuckle Brand. Go check out their Nectar Seltzer. It's a THC seltzer. It's strawberry lemonade flavor. It is hemp-derived THC. And let me tell you, this shit is amazing. It tastes great. It's low on calories. Has 10 grams of sugar. So still enough for the diet, Still healthy enough. It tastes great, and it does a great job. It's low dose, so you can have a couple of these before you get too hammered. And it's a great way to just go out with the boys, have a party. You get a little high. They get all fucked up. You don't know who's stupider at that point. And then you wake up with no hangover. And that's why I love Honeysuckle. And you should go check them out. Go buy their products. They also sell gummies, pre-rolls, vapes, and all the fun stuff. They also have a super awesome bar now called The Mood Room. You should go check them out. Every Thursday night they do comedy, open mic comedy from 8 to 10 p.m. It's a great time. It's a fun way to go see up-and-coming comics in the Houston area, try out new jokes, And sometimes you'll see celebrities like Colin Sledge, who was recently on Kill Tony. But yeah, it's a great time. Go check them out. Mood Room. It's located in Ironworks over by the coffee plant. They have great products. Go try them out. Go try out this crisp, refreshing drink called the Nectar Seltzer. Just listen to this. Beautiful.
I was waiting for you to chug it.
I thought about it, but well, maybe not a good idea when I'm about to read a bunch of confessions and sent in by our listeners for our newest segment, the funnest segment of the show, Spill the D, where we have listeners send us suggestions, send us confessions, stories. Am I the asshole? Sometimes they'll send us questions, and you can join the conversation by sending us your question at the Weekly D Pod on all social medias using the hashtag Spill the D. Go follow us on X. That's the best way to send it to us. Or you can also email them to us at theweeklydpod@gmail.com.
Hey.
Hyped up, heavy 808s, drop.
Hey, it's time to let it go, let it ride. Spill the D, don't run, don't hide. Danny G, AOZ on the mic tonight. Anonymous confessions, let's shed some light.
All right, Spill the D this week. We got 3 confessions. Yeah, I think they're all confessions. And they're all kind of on theme. You know, Mardi Gras just ended. So we got a Mardi Gras confession. And then we got a Link confession. And then the last confession I haven't even read. I just pulled one out the bucket. All right, so ready for the first confession, Alan? All right. So first confession. This was an anonymous one sent to us through the Instagram. All right. Here we go. I had never been to Mardi Gras before, but after 3 hurricanes and a questionable encounter with a man in a full-body gator suit, I found myself making out with the pirate behind a daiquiri shop. Everything was great until I felt something sharp press against my thigh. What is that? I asked. The pirate grinned. That's just me sword, lass. It was an actual sword. A real, metal, highly illegal sword. A smarter woman would have walked away. I, however, dragged him back to my Airbnb, where 3 of my co-workers were asleep. Just as things started heating up, clank, his sword hit the floor. Then, thunk. Jessica, my co-worker, who was asleep on the couch, shot right up, looked at the floor, and he shouted, "Why is there a weapon in the living room?" Panicked, screaming, I tripped over my Mardi Gras beads and face planted into the coffee table. The pirate, in peak drunk confidence, grabbed his sword, saluted us, and shouted, "Farewell, fair maiden," before running out the door. I woke up with a bruised forehead, a monster hangover, and a single gold doubloon on my nightstand. Jessica has not let me live that one down. Well, that sounds like a fun time to make some mistakes. That's a good fucking Mardi Gras story, dude. Go to Mardi Gras with your coworkers, get fucked up, make out with the pirate. Not the craziest thing I've heard of. But face planning and ending up with the gold doubloon. Alan, you're muted, buddy.
I said not the craziest thing I've heard of.
Oh yeah, you've heard crazier?
You.
Look, I didn't do something that crazy. I didn't end up with the black eye or any injuries. It was cold outside that day. That's all that happened. It was cold outside. I was high on a mixture of NyQuil and alcoholic beverages. So, I mean, you just make poor choices. I love Mardi Gras, dude. It's my favorite time to make a poor choice. Right before Lent, too, or you atone for all your sins.
Oh my god. I've never been. I don't know if I'm ever going to be. I don't know.
We need to go, dude. Galveston one's not that wild. It's like a fun little good time where you just walk around, get drunk, watch a couple concerts, and call it a night. You know, some girls, they do some things for beads. Some guys do things for beads, but it's not super crazy. Again, I was a young boy at that time. Not that
Dude,
young.
that was like last year. Like, what?
I was in my 20s, okay? 20s are for mistakes.
Yeah, 20 years ago. You
Don't hate me because I'm a good time, Alan. God damn, dude. That was a fun time. I don't remember if I was with Chino that time. I don't think I was.
No, you were with your wife.
No, I wasn't. I was not with her. I wouldn't have done what I did.
Oh, I thought you said you were with her.
No. Definitely not that time. I don't think we would have dated. I would have done that. It was cold outside that day. Not my best performance. Let's just say if I had some tabs that day, it would have been a whole nother story.
Would have been in prison for public indecency at that point.
I would have been running down the street trying to catch him. God damn. All right, so thoughts on the Mardi Gras confession?
Crazy.
I think I accidentally cut a part off, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it kind of sounded like it.
Yeah, I think I missed like the first side.
Yeah, it sounded like it went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. All right, you ready for the next one? The next one was sent by a listener called Eli. I don't know who that is, but that's definitely not someone I know. All right, ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, this one goes, Yo, D-Fam, last year I made the worst decision of my life. I gave up sex for Lent. No hookups, no self-love, nothing. Full celibacy. I thought it would be a fun challenge, a test of discipline. I was wrong. By week 1, I felt like every girl in my co-ed dorm had conspired to destroy me. The yoga pants got tighter, the pajama shorts got shorter, and girls were walking around in towels like we lived in a damn Hooters-sponsored monastery. But I was holding strong. Then came Laura. Laura was the kind of hot that should require a warning label. Normally, she barely noticed me. But of course, the second I swore off sex, she became my new best friend. One night, she knocked on my door, wrapped in a blanket, biting her lip, and whispered, "My heater's broken. Can I sleep in your bed?" D-Fam. I hesitated, but I let her in. We got under the covers, and I focused on keeping things holy. But then she snuggled against me and started breathing on my neck. And then the final boss move. She whispered, "You're so tense. Want me to massage your shoulders?" At that point, I was seconds away from breaking my Lenten vow in a spectacular fashion. I had to close my eyes and whisper, "Get behind me, Satan." She thought I was joking. I was not. Somehow, someway, I survived the night. Barely. My friends started making bets on when I'd cave, and Laura, she just kept testing me. Fast forward to day 40. It's 11:59 p.m. 1 minute left. I'm staring at the clock, gripping my bed sheets like I'm on a damn survival reality show. Then boom, midnight. Before I could even celebrate, Laura walked in, straddled me, whispered, "So Lent's over." I didn't even have time to say amen. That is great, dude. 40 days and 40 nights of pure celibacy. That's wild.
That's wild.
That is wild, dude.
Some people can't even last through No Nut November.
Right? This dude went 40 days and 40 nights with the devil around him. The devil don't lie, Alan. The devil don't lie. God
That's
damn,
wild.
dude. I would have caved like within minutes.
Yeah, you'd been like, fuck it,
Yeah, I
I'll
got a
swap it out
phone.
with something else.
I got a phone.
Hmm.
But he said no hookups, no self-love. That's wild, dude. I don't think I can go 40 days without that.
Mhm.
What about you, Alan? You ever give up something for 40 days and almost cave?
Energy drinks?
Energy drinks?
I want to
Were
say.
you angry?
Was I angry?
Yeah, did you have energy drink withdrawal?
When I did, I don't think so.
Oh,
But I think
nice.
I like forgot like 2 weeks in and just like actually drank another one, and I was like, that's a good heart.
So I tried to do it with alcohol one year. Literally the day after fucking the day after Ash Wednesday, I forgot and drank like a whole 12 pack by myself.
What?
And I was just like, fuck. I was like, oh well, start tomorrow.
I'll start over.
The reset button.
Not
But
even
yeah.
24 hours. That's
I have bad influences
Despicable.
as friends, dude.
that boy
Chino
Chino.
made fun of me, and then he made me do it. Well, he made me drink. It was his fault. Like, I was like, no, I'm trying to be a good boy, I'm trying to be holy, I'm trying to make it happen.
No, stop. What are you
I'm not gonna
doing, step
drink.
bro?
Stop, bro. Next thing I know, fucking full rails at the strip club, alcohol going everywhere.
Yeah.
This is why I try hard now. I think the
Woke up
tone for my
naked,
sins.
cuddled up to him. Goddamn.
That only happened once, okay? No, I'm playing. That never happened. Not naked. Not fully naked. Partially.
He's gonna listen to this episode and be so mad at the end.
I can't wait till you listen to the last episode. That's gonna be great. All right. So last one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, D fam, long time listener, first time commenter. I gotta confess, I got way too high the other night, and my dad made it so much worse. So I was chilling in my apartment, baked out of my mind, watching Planet Earth when the munchies hit. I ordered a pizza, but then the delivery guy knocked. Paranoia kicked in hard. What if it was an undercover cop? What if this was a sting operation? Instead of answering the door like a normal person, I hid in my closet and started whisper yelling, abort mission, to absolutely no one. But the knocking wouldn't stop. So in my moment of pure genius, I called my dad for legal advice. P.S. He's not a lawyer. My dad. Big mistake. I whispered, Dad, the feds are outside. And without hesitation, he goes, Son, listen to me. They know. They've always known. Then he yells, Stay put, I'm coming over. D fam, my paranoia tripled. Meanwhile, the pizza guy was still knocking, so I did the only logical thing I could think of. I army crawled to the door, and I slid a 20 under the door and yelled, Leave the goods and walk away. 20 minutes later, my dad barges in, sweating, looking like he just escaped Area 51. He grabs my shoulders, eyes wide as hell, and says, Son, I've been seeing colors that don't exist. Bro, this man was high on mushrooms. This dude wasn't here to save me. He was equally losing his mind when we just stared at each other, both completely gone, until he sighed, grabbed a slice of my pizza, and muttered, I think we handled that well. I have never been more terrified or bonded with my father the same way as that day. I feel like that's my future son. I feel like that's some stupid shit I would do. Oh my god, dude.
God damn.
Oh my god. What
All
would
I
you do
pictured
in
was
that
you and your
situation?
kid. All I pictured was you and your kid just gonna like,
Sitting in-
ooh, pizza.
Is that pepperoni? Stuffed crust? God
handled
damn,
that
dude.
well.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would definitely freak me out. If I were to call my dad and be like, they know I'm coming over. I'd be shitty bricks. I would probably sit in the bathroom since there's no windows, door locked, fucking loading a shotgun or something. Oh my god. I feel like this is gonna happen to me at some point. But I'm gonna be the dad in that situation.
What's that password? I didn't even know there was a password. What's the password? Or are you getting double buckshot through the door?
I feel like my kid would be like, "Oh, mom!" I'll be like, "Not the mini boss."
Careful. She's right behind you.
Don't say that. I instantly got tense when I said it. I was like, something's about to happen. Oh my god, dude.
I can see her through the blinds. Look, the
Oh
blinds
my
are
God.
moving.
Bro, I live on the third floor. Stop playing.
She learned to fly. She's the mini boss. She can do anything.
That'd be some shit. All of a sudden, I hear that song from Wicked. I'm defying gravity.
Never
She's
seen
just
it.
right there at the window. You've never seen it?
Nope.
Bro, Wicked's actually pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it like 3 times already.
Oh,
I'm
goddamn.
not gay or anything. I enjoy the music.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, dude. Have you ever watched the South Park episode? You don't watch South Park. God damn it.
Nope.
There's an episode where, like, the men of South Park start taking their wives to musicals because they realize that there's supposedly, like, subliminals in the musicals to convince the women to suck dick. So all the husbands start taking all their wives to all the musicals and, like, taking them to New York and shit just to get blowjobs.
Wow.
I was watching that episode, and I walk into the room, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go watch Wicked?" It did not.
I don't know. You said I'm not gay. Are
I'll
you
just say,
trying
I'll
to
put
get
it down
pegged or
there.
something? Like what?
No, fam. No, too far. I'm saying I enjoy the musical.
Mhm.
I enjoy musicals, dude. I was a theater kid when I was young.
So you are gay.
God damn it.
You're just hiding behind the curtains
No.
with your feet sticking out.
Up in the air or what?
Oh, god damn.
Oh, god damn, dude. No, but yeah. Oh my god, dude. I can't get over that last story. I I I'm gonna make sure I clip this part just so every year it like comes up as like a memory. And then when it finally happens to me, I'm gonna send you a video. Well, FaceTime you. I'm like, Alan, it's happening. There's these sirens everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what did you do?
And it's just Cleo smacking your LED lights.
I'm like, Alan, I see leprechauns.
Mm.
God.
Oh, that's a scary movie.
A leprechaun? Yeah. Yeah. Bro, talking about so one of Noelia's friends lives in Louisiana and she was going out to some Mardi Gras festivities. Tell me why she sends Noelia a fucking story, like a private story between them two. And she's at a strip club in Louisiana and they have midgets dressed up like leprechauns dancing around.
Mm-mm.
And I laughed so fucking hard. I cannot explain how hard I laughed. I just kept looking at it and I was like, please take me to the strip club. I don't know. I did see that micro wrestling is coming to Richmond. Have you ever seen that midget
Lord.
wrestling?
No.
Yeah, I might buy some tickets.
I know we were trying to. I know we tried watching it. Is it Southern Star? Is that what
Oh
it was?
yeah. No, but that was actual wrestling. I'm talking about micro wrestling where they get midgets.
Oh, I thought there was midgets there
wrestle.
too.
There might have been like one or two.
It might have been the following week because I think we were looking at it.
Probably, yeah. But I really want to go watch some micro wrestling. That sounds like a fun time, buddy. I think this is a good point to end the podcast. We've been on for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's midnight. You look like you're about to pass out. I do too. I gotta wash the ashes off. Wash the sin off. But shit, if you guys like what you heard, please give us a thumbs up, 5-star review. Go like us on YouTube, Paper Plate Media YouTube. You can watch all the Weekly D videos there. Go like us on Spotify. Give us a review on iTunes, on any other social media platform. You can follow us on all social medias at the Weekly D Pod. You can follow me at Danny_G713. You can follow Alan at Alan_OZ95. Join the chat. Send us some messages. Send us your confessions. You can also send confessions at theweeklydpod@gmail.com. This has been the Weekly D Podcast. I'm your host, Danny G. That was Mr. AOZ. And remember, if you can't get it daily, get it weekly. Peace. I'm not letting you fuck this one up.